Buyers, are you having a hard time getting your offer accepted? I know, we're no longer in that unicorn COVID market. However, within the next 12 months, you are going to have a problem, and I'm going to give you surefire tips on getting your offer accepted right now. My name is Brian Tessier, and this is Road to Close Quick Hacks. So I recently did a video talking about how the 7% interest rate is affecting you and how it's going to affect you no matter whether you're a buyer or you're a seller. In the next 12 months, it's going to turn into another form of the unicorn market we had, which was buyers were overpaying by 50 to 100 grand, no inspections, 10 offers, 15 offers, etc. So I'm doing this video a little bit early. It is October 2023 when I'm recording this video and when it's getting put out. And right now we are kind of in a neutral market, right? There's not a lot of buyers out there. It's not a lot of sellers, not a lot of inventory, etc. But I am putting this video out early because, as I said, the unicorn market is right in front of us. As the interest rates start to decrease, the market's going to go on fire. Why is that a problem for you if you're a buyer? Well, just because buyers are coming off the fence because the interest rates are coming down, it's not like a bunch more houses are popping up, right? It's not like the inventory is increasing. So we're gonna have more competition, less inventory, because more competition is gonna make the inventory dwindle. So you need to know how to get your offer accepted, how to make it the most competitive. Well, if you are in an area where you cannot use myself, which there's very few and far between areas, I'm gonna give you some tips. You can tell your realtor, you can have them simply watch this video. You know, full disclosure, these tips are tips that I've already known, tips I've learned from Jerry James Coaching, who has coached our office a little bit on this. But let's not be fooled. These coaches, all the real estate coaches, as valuable as they are, what they do is they have their ecosphere, right? Tom Ferry likes to say their ecosphere. And they listen, they ask all these agents, what's successful for you over here in this state, in this country, over here, over here, over here, over here. They put them all together and they regurgitate them back out to us because most of these coaches are not active real estate agents. Most never even had a license. So what they're doing is what I'm doing, and that is I'm gathering tips and tricks that I've learned from Jerry James Coaching, Tom Ferry Coaching, talking to some of my other realtor friends in Pittsburgh, talking to them on social media across the country and the world. So I've got a little combination here and I can't wait to get started. You ready? Let's go. Now, step one may seem super duper simple if you bought a house before, if you're another agent and you're like, oh my God, that's so basic, but you've got to dive down a little bit. So there is pre-approved and there is pre-qualified. Pre-qualified means you maybe spoke to your lender, maybe you spoke to your bank and you just told them your debt, you told them your income, what you think your credit score is, or even what it is, and they say, okay, you're pre-qualified. Here is your pre-qualified letter. You can take that to your realtor and they ship it off whenever you want to put an offer in, okay? So that means they think you're pre-qualified, right? They think you're gonna be able to get a loan. Now pre-approved means they already know the bank or the lender already knows your debt to income ratio. They know your income. They pooled your credit. Like they've already maybe even started approving you a little further in the process, right? That's actually possible as well, but we're not going to talk about that because the two basics are pre-qualified, pre-approved. So if you are a buyer and you put an offer in, and let's just say there's 10 other offers, one may be cash. That's going to be tough to beat. But the other ones may be pre-qualified. You want to be pre-approved. This shows me, the listing agent. I'm a heavy listing agent. I like to have listings. I look at all that stuff and my savvy sellers know it as well. I work with a lot of builders. I work with a lot of developers. They understand the difference between pre-qualified and pre-approved. So what I usually do is when I get offers in, I will rank them, the cash offers up top, the pre-approved offers here, and then pre-qualified offers down here, right? So if a pre-qualified offer is the highest, but just pre-qualified, I may go back to that agent and say, hey, can you get your buyer pre-approved? May. And that's just me. That doesn't mean other agents out there will do that. So the number one tip is make sure you're pre-approved, not pre-qualified. All right, step two. Step two is super creative. What you can do is in the United States, the seller pays both sides of the commission, the listing and the buyer, right? What you can do as a buyer is, hey, I'll pay my buyer's agent's commission. Now you may say, oh, I could just go up an offer price in that amount, and maybe you can do that. You know what I mean? But maybe you negotiate a lower commission with your buyer's agent. say that. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a family member, but that's always an option. So we're looking for creative ideas. That's the whole idea of this video. The ideas of this video isn't just to be the highest offer, you know what I mean? We want to show some different options that you could present to the listing agent. Some people have done this to me, that's how I got these tips, and I thought they were fantastic. So number 2 is offer to pay for all or part of your realtor's commission. Number 3 is something I literally did. I learned it and I literally did. I had a multiple offer situation for my buyer and we won the situation, the house I should say. I'm not gonna say it's because of this tip, right? I did use a whole bunch actually. We had a cash deal and I think we were the highest. So that's probably why we won. But use humor. Use some humor. So it was recommended to me from Jared James. Use some humor, put in the body of the details, price, closing date and all that, but you put in here, we'll supply a lifetime supply of margaritas, right? Something off the wall they're not gonna hold you to, obviously. We'll invite you, Mr. Seller, Mrs. Seller, Mrs. Seller, over to Tuesday tacos for the rest of the year. I'm telling you, put something humorous in there. It's gonna make you A, stick out, and it's gonna make the listing agent and the buyer get a good chuckle and even talk about you. And listen, when you're a marketer, you want people to talk about you, good or bad, right? You want to stand out. When you are a buyer in a multiple offer situation, you are a marketer. You are a product that you want to market to the seller. Okay, so tip 4, I actually had to dig down in my list. I had to go and look because it's going to build off of this. And that is, tell your agent to put in the subject line something like this: offer from favorite agent, a winning offer from best buyers. Something like that. Something that's kind of humorous, like I'm building off of step 3. Obviously something serious. Again, you're a marketer. You want to market your offer to be the best and the highest and at least get them to laugh a little, right? So I use that as well. That's another one of the tips and tricks I said I use, and that is I sent over the offer and I said in the subject line, it's kind of awesome because what happens is when they reply, like the email string gets longer, but that stays there. It's so funny. So when it came back to me, it was like a couple hours later and I was into something else, right? I kind of moved on and I forgot about it, but I saw it come into my inbox and it said, offer from your favorite realtor. I'm like, what? Who's my favorite realtor? So I opened it up and I realized, oh my God, that was my email to them. So I got a chuckle out of it. So there's multiple chuckles to be had. So subject line is winning offer from your favorite realtor, right? Or winning offer from the easiest realtor to work with in this transaction, something like that. Tip 5. Seems pretty simple. People have been doing it to me for years and honestly, I've been kind of resistant to doing this. I don't know why, but I started doing it and I love it. And that is summarize the hot points, the negotiating points in that lengthy contract, right? Take those out, extract them, and what you do is in the body of the email where it says winning offer from your favorite realtor, in the body of the email you put there price. Price is always going to be number 1. Price, closing date, hand money, any contingencies, anything like that. Every state's gonna be different, but in Pittsburgh, that's kind of the most important part. So a seller assist, etc. So you summarize the offer in the body of the email. Okay, so what'd you think of the first grouping of hacks? Pretty cool, huh? Guess what? I know I blew your mind, but we have at least 2 more videos packed of information on how to get your offer accepted in a multiple offer situation. Stay tuned.